the leather shop that outsmarted Louis Vuitton. Channel identity integrated. Logo to luxury. Louis Vuitton conquered the world with logos. Goyard conquered the world without saying a word. One brand plastered its initials across the planet. The other disappeared into the shadows and became the secret uniform of the ultra-rich. Celebrities flaunt Louis Vuitton. Billionaires collect Goyard. The loudest brand in luxury was outrun by the quietest. This is Logo to Luxury, and today we explore how a tiny leather shop in Paris outsmarted the most famous fashion house on earth. The leather shop that outsmarted Louis Vuitton. The mystery begins. If you walk through Paris near the Place Vendôme, you might miss it. A small black storefront. No music. No giant ads. No flashing logos. No influencer campaigns. Just a quiet name written in gold, Goyard. Inside, there are no price tags. No product descriptions. No catalogs. No samples on display. The brand doesn't advertise. It doesn't gift influencers. It doesn't participate in Fashion Week. It doesn't even sell online. For decades, Goyard refused to speak louder than a whisper. And yet, for the people who actually have money, not the people trying to look like they do, Goyard became the choice. How? To answer that, we have to go back to a time before Louis Vuitton was even born. Before Louis Vuitton, the House of Martin. The origins of Goyard are older than most people realize, older than the Eiffel Tower, older than photography, older even than Louis Vuitton. In 1792, a young craftsman named Pierre-François Martin opens a small workshop in Paris. He doesn't make fashion. He makes trunks, boxes, and bespoke travel goods for aristocrats. His customers are not the wealthy. They are the ultra-wealthy nobles, aristocratic families, old money dynasties, people who don't need attention because they already have power. When Martin eventually ages, he passes the business to an apprentice, the first link in what will become a very long and strategic chain. One that eventually lands in the hands of a quietly obsessive luggage maker, François Goyard. The Goyard era begins. In 1853, François Goyard takes over the shop and renames it Maison Goyard. This is where the story breaks away from fashion and into something else entirely. François didn't chase fame. He didn't chase signatures. He didn't chase the spotlight. He chased patronage. In the 19th century, patronage meant something very specific. You didn't become famous by being popular. You became powerful by serving powerful clients. Goyard's clients included the Russian Imperial Court, the British Royal Family, the Duchess of Berry, the Duke of Windsor, Dars with Dust, Victorian aristocracy. These were not customers. They were dynasties. While other makers fought for visibility, Goyard cultivated invisibility, the luxury of being known only by those who mattered. It was here that Goyard discovered a secret that would one day outmaneuver Louis Vuitton. Attention is not a requirement for luxury. In fact, attention can be a liability. While Louis Vuitton wanted the world. Fast forward to the 20th century. Louis Vuitton becomes the face of Parisian luxury logos everywhere, stores everywhere, ad campaigns everywhere. LV wants to conquer the globe. But the higher you climb in visibility, the lower the barrier to entry becomes. And soon, Louis Vuitton became the uniform of anyone who could save up for a bag. Celebrities used it. Tourists used it. College students used it. Influencers used it. Everyone could display it, which led to a quiet shift inside the luxury ecosystem. The true elite, the old money, the silent money, the private money began to look for something else. Something not recognizable by everyone. Something that acted less like a trophy and more like a passport. That something was Goyard. Goyard's quiet weapon: anti-attention. Goyard didn't compete with Louis Vuitton. It inverted the entire competition. LV advertised. Goyard went silent. LV scaled. Goyard rationed. LV embraced celebrities. Goyard favored royalty, the kind that doesn't do red carpets. LV printed logos for the world to see. Goyard hand-painted monograms for the few who knew. Goyard effectively said, "If everyone can have it, we don't want to sell it." This wasn't luxury as fashion. This was luxury as filtering mechanism. Scarcity as a strategy. Scarcity is usually seen as a marketing trick. For Goyard, it became the business model. They limited production. They refused e-commerce. They avoided wholesale distribution. They declined mass celebrity placement. They didn't chase sales volume. They chased client quality. Because in the world of real wealth, access is more important than ownership. If everyone can buy, then buying is no longer a signal. Goyard turned scarcity into an elite handshake. A bag doesn't say, "I have money." It says, "I have access." The long game. How Goyard outlasted the hype. Visual. Stock market tickers, LVMH logos, quarterly earnings. While Louis Vuitton was absorbed into the LVMH machine, an empire driven by quarterly earnings and global expansion, Goyard stayed independent. Independence gave them a weapon Vuitton could never use: the ability to ignore scale. Public luxury has to justify growth. Private luxury can justify secrecy. This is why billionaires prefer closed clubs over trending brands. Power hates mass adoption. When logo culture peaked, Louis Vuitton dominated the surface economy of status. But beneath the surface, in the private rooms, yachts, estates, and family offices, Goyard became the uniform. Louis Vuitton won the world. Goyard won the world within the world. Celebrity didn't make Goyard. Celebrity found Goyard. Unlike Louis Vuitton, Goyard didn't pay celebrities. Celebrities paid Goyard. From Audrey Hepburn to Madonna, Jacques Cartier to Meghan Markle, Goyard became the luggage of choice for people used to being recognized without trying. This reversal matters. Louis Vuitton used celebrity to gain prestige. Goyard used prestige to gain celebrity. The billionaire aesthetic. We are now deep into an era of quiet luxury. Aesthetic of the ultra-rich. No logos. No sponsorships. No selfies. No influencer culture. No retail flexing. Wealth without noise. Power without validation. This is the environment Goyard has lived in for 170 years. It didn't adapt to modern luxury. Modern luxury adapted to it. The secret of Goyard's victory. Louis Vuitton dominated public luxury. Goyard dominated private luxury. Louis Vuitton scaled status. Goyard protected it. And that's the real story here. Luxury is no longer about what you can buy, it's about what you can access. Goyard didn't outmarket Louis Vuitton. It outpositioned Louis Vuitton. By refusing attention, it became irresistible to those who don't need it. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of quiet luxury, consider subscribing to Logo to Luxury, where we explore how the world's most powerful brands become symbols, not just products. This was Goyard. This was the leather shop that outsmarted Louis Vuitton.